almost 2 full minutes of opening credits. Also, Dumb and Dumber. This scene is a very good piece of foreshadowing, because Cersei is doing absolutely nothing other than staring out of a window just like her entire season 7 and 8 plotlines. Getting dressed, jewelry, tying, excitement?
Trial will be getting underway soon.
Wow, it's super lucky that Tommen took his sweet time in getting ready, otherwise he would have been in the sept when it exploded.
You got my money?
Later, go away.
Shafting a prostitute. Heh, that has 2 meanings. Also, obligatory HBO tits are obligatory.
Boring!
The gods' judgment is fierce, but also fair.
And takes a really long time. I mean, Jesus, get on with it. Oh, wait, I actually have a sin for this situation. Skip?
The warrior punishes those who believe themselves beyond the reach of justice.
And I punish Dumb and Dumber for their shitty writing by giving them sins. Am I a god?
Who kneel before her.
Why are they making Loras kneel? He knelt plenty of times in front of Renly, and that's exactly what they're punishing him for.
My only remaining wish is to devote my life to the Seven.
But Loras was in the Kingsguard. He can't legally be released from those vows except by death. Have the screenwriters forgotten how lifelong commitments work?
I will abandon the Tyrell name and all that goes with it. I will renounce my lordship and my claims on Highgarden.
You literally didn't have any lordship or claim on Highgarden to begin with, you idiot. You have 2 older brothers, and you're a member of the Kingsguard. Jesus, a toddler could write a more cohesive story than these people. Is my favorite character seriously Mace Tyrell at this point? If that doesn't show you the atrocity of the writing, then nothing will.
I'm late for the trial.
Mr. Strong, Tommen is the king. You follow his orders above all else. And now she's pouring wine. Man, the beginning of this episode really is setting us up for the next 2 seasons.
Get the others.
When the writers were coming up with this scene, this is how their conversation went. We need Lancel to go to this weird underground place to die, but how do we get him there? I don't know, just have him follow some random kid for no reason. This cocaine ain't gonna snort itself. Also, I love how the super religious and devoted Lancel just abandons the High Sparrow's command to chase a little kid. Wouldn't that be considered heresy in this world? How is it not obvious that he's leading you into a trap? He's running away from you down a dark underground passage. Don't follow him, you dumbass. Haven't you ever watched a horror movie?
Where's the king?
What, were you expecting him to be in some random underground chamber? God, why is every single character so fucking stupid?
But sometimes before we can usher in the new, the old must be put to rest.
Dumb and Dumber's motto when adapting the books somehow made it into this episode. Yeah, the book version was way better. In the book, Varys killed Kevin Lannister instead of Qyburn killing Grand Maester Pycelle. That version actually made sense.
The longer you wait, the worse it'll be for you.
What did the kid do to deserve threats like that? He didn't commit a crime, he just ran away from you. What the hell? So there was just a whole underground chamber full of wildfire that Tyrion didn't bother to use during the Battle of Blackwater Bay? Fucking Christ, this show is infuriating. Also, there is literal wildfire residue just casually sitting on the outside of these wooded barrels. How the hell have they not already caught fire? What was the point of bringing Lancel down to this chamber? He doesn't do anything down here. He's not a part of the plan to blow up the Sept. He's just kind of here witnessing it. He's basically a spectator. Why aren't there any bleachers down here? Okay, I know how much some of you love this scene, but that doesn't mean it makes any sense. Why would Cersei blow up the Sept? She knows that her son loves Margaery, so killing Margaery is an idiotic blunder, and killing Mace Tyrell ends the Great Southern Alliance. Killing the High Sparrow effectively turns the people of King's Landing against you, so that's also not a valid reason. The overall point I'm making is that this scene is a perfect representation of this season. It looks really cool, but doesn't actually make any sense whatsoever. Legend has it that Lena Headey is still drinking wine and staring out of a window to this day.
Confess.
Skip.
I do things because they feel good.
Title of my sex tape. Don't tell my girlfriend I said that.
I killed my husband because it felt good to be rid of him.
This whole scene is just a massive waste of time. Nothing important actually happens. It's just Cersei talking about how good different things feel. If I wanted to watch a woman talk about feeling good, I'd go on Pornhub.
No thought has ever given me greater joy.
Not even the thought of your brother fisting you with his golden hand?
Shame.
I like how the mountain just stands there completely still and the Septa acts like he's doing something to her. He's not even moving his arms for fuck's sake. Stop exaggerating. In the opening scene, Tommen put a necklace on. In this scene, he's only wearing the crown. There's no necklace. Oh yes, I'm about to commit suicide, but I have to make sure the crown doesn't get destroyed. That's logical. Geronimo. Also, holy shit, that was easily the funniest suicide scene I've ever watched. Jesus Christ. Suicide is not a joke, people. Why are you making it look so hilarious? This shit is one of the most legendary memes of all time. Throw out 50 sins for it. Also, what did Cersei expect? Did she think her son was gonna be totally cool with the love of his life getting blown up? What an idiot.
You're welcome to her.
She doesn't want me, she wants your golden fingers up her twat.
Sadly enough, that's probably the best line of dialogue in this entire season. Why is Jaime not sitting at the high table with Walder Frey? He's Tywin Lannister's oldest son. He should have a place of importance. She honestly doesn't even seem all that upset. Tommen was her last child, and now he's dead, but she doesn't really seem to care. Oh, great. Back to Sam and Gilly, the most interesting plotline in the show. Goody gumdrop. This scene is full of cringe.
According to our records, Gion Mormont is Lord Commander.
He died.
We received no report from the Maester at Castle Black.
Maester Aemon became quite ill.
What? How did they not receive word? I know Maester Aemon was ill, but when Sam got back from beyond the wall, he had Sam write letters for him. He definitely should have had Sam write to Old Town.
Yes, well, I suppose that life is irregular.
Philosophy sucks. This is exactly what I wanted to see when I turned on my TV, a Night's Watch dude walking through a library. In other words, skip.
My family would sit up here. And I'd sit down there.
That's racist.
You burnt a little girl alive!
I like Liam Cunningham a lot. He's a great actor, but this scene is not his best performance.
The only way for what? They all died anyway!
Funny how Melisandre seems to have forgotten this. She looked traumatized when she first returned to Castle Black, but now she's reverting to saying that it was the only way. There's no consistency in these characters.
Ride south today. If you return to the north, I'll have you hanged as a murderer.
Well, this decision sounds like it was made by a fucking toddler. Jon doesn't want to kill Melisandre because she can help them beat the Night King, so he refuses to let Davos kill her. But banishing her from the north means she won't be able to help them with the Night King. What the hell?
If you ever come back this way, I will execute you myself.
That never happens.
You're the Lady of Winterfell. You deserve it. We're standing here because of you.
Which is something all the Northern Lords seem to have forgotten. I mean, it would make no sense whatsoever to make Jon their king, am I right? Because he didn't actually win the Battle of the Bastards, so that's definitely not going to happen, right?
Should have told you about him. About the Knights of the Vale.
Oh, do you think so? Jesus Christ, this is the weakest attempt at lampshading I've ever seen, and I've watched almost every single MCU movie.
Jon, a raven came from the Citadel. A white raven. Winter is here.
Well, Father always promised, didn't he?
That's actually kind of a sweet moment, but I feel like the arrival of Winter should be treated as a way bigger deal than this.
The last time a Tyrell came to Dawn, he was assassinated. 100 red scorpions, was it?
Damn, they actually got that part of the lore correct. However, they didn't get anything else about Dorne correct. So shove this sin up your fat ass.
Forgive my sister. What she lacks in diplomacy, she makes...
Shut up, dear. Anything from you? No. Good.
The fact that the Sand Snakes can be shut down so easily and so backhandedly is an insult to the books, where they were a bunch of super badass characters.
Cersei stole the future from me. She killed my son. She killed my grandson. She killed my granddaughter.
How does she already know this? The Sept explosion just happened. Was Olenna watching CNN? Yeah, so Varys was with Daenerys last episode, but I guess he borrowed one of Littlefinger's jetpacks to get here as fast as he did?
I don't want a crown. I want you.
Title of Dario's sex tape.
I love you. And I make you happy.
This begging is completely out of character for Daario. He used to be a badass, but now he's just begging for some pussy.
I pity the lords of Westeros. They have no idea what's coming for them.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber's shitty writing. Oh, you meant Daenerys and her dragons. My bad.
You turned away a man who truly loves you because he would have been a liability in the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh, is that what just happened? Thank you for narrating, Tyrion. I wouldn't have been able to keep up without you.
It's your counsel I need.
Until his character gets butt-fucked by the screenwriters.
Blackwalder and Lothar promised to be here by midday.
They're already here, my lord. Here, my lord.
There is zero subtlety in this scene. There are so many questions that go along with this scene. How did Arya impersonate that servant girl? She was taller than Arya. Did she have to wear heels? Why did she bother to cook Walder Frey's sons in a pie instead of simply killing him immediately? You know what, I'm just gonna stop before I get too angry. Let's throw up a sin and be done with it.
Who should the North rally behind? True-born daughter of Ned and Catelyn Stark, born here at Winterfell? Or a motherless bastard, born in the South?
I have a feeling that the screenwriters should have asked themselves this exact question before writing this episode. Don't you love how the show never explains what happened to Benjen? He's not fully a white, but he's also not fully alive. But they never give an explanation for how that happened.
I'm the three-eyed raven now. I have to be ready for this.
But do you think the Wi-Fi connection is strong enough? When Ned Stark fought Arthur Dayne, Howland Reed stabbed Arthur in the back, but in this shot we don't see him anywhere. Did he evaporate? Okay, this whole scene absolutely rules. The reveal that Jon is actually Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen's child is phenomenal, and the show rewards you for paying attention. The cut to Jon's face accompanied by the Stark theme is incredible, and this whole scene deserves a few sins off.
The war is not over. And I promise you, friend, the true enemy won't wait out the storm.
Do these lords even know who the Night King is? They were never told about him, were they? This line shouldn't make any sense to them. Also, speaking of all these lords, how did they all even get to Winterfell so quickly? Did they also borrow some of Littlefinger's jetpacks?
We know no king, but the king in the north whose name is Stark. I don't care if he's a bastard. Ned Stark's blood runs through his veins. He's my king, from this day until his last day.
Jesus Christ, this is stupid. Lyanna knows just as well as the rest of them that Jon lost the Battle of the Bastards, and it was actually Sansa who won. Seeing as Sansa was Trueborn, it would make more sense for her to be named the Queen in the North. I know you all love this scene, but it's dumb and makes no sense. Way to do a shitty copy and paste job from the original King in the North scene. This shit is lazy. Also, they don't even have the decency to play the Stark theme during this scene. Fucking assholes. And how the hell did they get to King's Landing so quickly? Damn, Littlefinger's jetpacks must be on clearance.
I now proclaim Cersei of the House Lannister, first of her name, Queen of the Andals and the First Men, Protector of the Seven Kingdoms.
So everyone is cool with this? Even though she blew up their sept and murdered the actual queen? Holy shit, the screenwriters are stupid. If the wind is pushing the sails this way, then how is this flag flapping the other way? And now Varys is suddenly back with Daenerys? Wasn't he literally just in Dorne? What the hell?